What's up, everybody? Milanist here, and welcome to the Calligraphers Podcast. This is a show where I talk with some of the most inspiring and influential artists in the world of calligraphy, lettering, and sign painting with the goal of exploring their mindset and understand how they became successful. In today's episode, I'm very excited to speak with someone who does a lot of brush pen calligraphy as well as a lot of iPad calligraphy. Stephane Lopes is from France and is a super awesome dude who shared his story, his journey in calligraphy, and gave me some great tips and advices about it. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. So, 3, 2, 1.
Go, clap. Cheers, man.
So, hi, mate.
Hi.
How you doing, dude? It's the first time we meet and speak and everything.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, dude. How is it in Paris? How's the weather? Everything good?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Cold, rainy, a lot of wind. Yeah.
Crazy.
Windy,
I was just out to get some food and it's like almost like summer and I was like, fuck, I want to enjoy this. But yeah, have to work as well, so it's good.
Yeah. And now all I want to do is work now because it's so cloudy outside. So nothing to enjoy.
I want to work, but right now when I was outside, it's like, man, it's like summer, you know? It's like so good. But it's all right. People enjoy the podcast, so better do some stuff for them.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Happy to be here with you.
I don't know much about you, dude. Like, I'm following you on Instagram, and I know your work, but can you tell me some more about yourself? Like, how old are you? Where are you from? What? I mean, we'll speak later about this, but like, when and how did you find your love for letters, and how did you decide to start it?
Yeah. Okay. So I will introduce myself. So I'm Stephane from France. I'm just near Paris. I'm not in Paris. I know my bio says that I am in Paris because nobody would know the city I'm living in. So I'm just in the suburb, just near Paris. So I've been here just like forever, and my parents are Portuguese, so I have a lot of Portuguese culture in my blood.
Okay, that's awesome.
And I'm French. I'm 30 years old, and I've been doing lettering, like the stuff called lettering, for like maybe 3 or 4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when did you discover your love for letters? Like, is it something from early childhood, or is it something that happened like a few years ago? And how did it happen actually?
Yeah, I've ever loved to draw. I mean, drawing is my first love, and now I'm just drawing letters. So letters came way later. I know a lot of people, maybe you, are from graffitis and stuff. I've never been into that. I've never done graffiti. So I'm like, now I am searching to do graffiti and to learn to practice on big walls, but I've never done graffitis. But letters like came maybe when I was 20, something like that. Because I've discovered communication and branding and all that stuff, and I loved to create logos. And when you do a logo, you love the pictogram, the little stuff,
the icon,
like illustration. Yeah, the icon. But you love also to do a good typography. Start from typography, but make it custom, make it yours, and make it like unique. So I started to personalize, to custom some fonts to make it unique, and I think that would be the point of the starting point of my love for lettering. Yeah.
Were you using any sources that helped you to learn lettering, or it was all like practice and experiments?
Yeah, practice have been a lot the main tool. I mean, I've started posting on Instagram, and I met a lot of people from Instagram. I've discovered a lot of artists, and I wanted just to be as good as them, and so I tried and practiced again and again to be as I am today.
How much time you spend on practice, or like how much time you spend on practice now, and how much time were you spending on practice before when you were more like beginner?
When I started lettering, I was way into brush pens, so that tool, this tool means a lot of practice to get good with brush pens. So I spend like hours and hours and paper sheets after paper sheet, and then I just can't count the hours of practicing with brush pens. But now today, I would say I spend maybe 2 or 3 hours per day creating a piece. Maybe it will be like this, but it's more on the weekend. In the weekend, I spend more time exploring stuff and searching for ideas, and maybe creating something, but keeping that for later, and then getting back to it. So I don't know, maybe 4 hours a day could be a great, yeah.
So you started with brush pens, and this is funny because I'm actually right now holding a brush pen, and the thing with me is, like, I started with pilot parallels because of TOS1, and I love Gothic and fracture, and this has been the main thing I've been doing most of my time. And I have this brush pen.
Yeah.
I have plenty of other brush pens. They are brand new, sitting in packs. I was afraid of brush pens for such a long time, and actually a few days ago I don't know, I just started, because I've tried before, but it was always such a shitty pieces. I was like, fuck this, I'm not gonna try. But I tried.
I'm afraid of fracture and Gothic style.
Yeah?
I'm afraid of fracture. Yeah. Oh
No.
yeah, I'm so bad at this.
Dude.
I mean, this is so accurate. You have to be like straight lines and strokes and stuff.
It's much easier, believe me. Like,
Oh,
me,
yeah?
as a person that's been through this and that's going through the brush pen right now, man, like, it's funny because for a long time I was afraid of the brush pens, you know, and
Oh, yeah.
now that I discovered some kind of style that I'm doing okay and that I like it, I start spending time, and I'm actually excited because I'm into calligraphy into like 5 or 6 years, but I
Yeah.
never usually practice that much because most of my time goes for managing Calligraphy Masters. But it's funny because I really have like maybe 10 different kind of brush pens, and it's okay. This is like the Tombow. It's
Yeah.
really small tip, and I'm getting used to this now. But
You are starting to feel it.
yes, but I'm thinking, okay, but many of my other brush pens are not with such tip, you know, they have longer tips, some
Yeah,
are with
yeah.
hair, and it makes me afraid again. I'm like, what to do? Give me some tips, dude, like, and give me some tips, please, and tell me
Yeah.
what were the brush pens that you started with, and like, what's the
They're
difference?
all they're all different, and I've tried them. I won't say I've tried them all, but I've tried a lot of them, and I'm always searching to buy new new ones. So they're all different. The size of the tip and the softness is really makes some different feelings when you use them. And I've used a lot Ecoline product, Royal Talents,
Yes?
and they're just great. I think, I mean, the colors are bright, and the softness of the tip is just unbelievable. But it's not. I think it's not the more easy to learn.
Okay.
Maybe a harder nib like the
Tombow?
the one you got. Yeah, it would be better and more easy to handle the pressure you put on the tip. I would start with a hard one like the Tombow, or I mean the little one like Pentel have a Pentel Touch, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're called like pocket brush pens or something like
Yeah,
this.
pocket brush pen, Kuretake brush, they are great. And then the Tombow are just a classic. So I mean, if you like brush pen, the Tombow would have to be a step on your learning, and they're great. They're soft. They don't create a lot of water on the paper. Instead of the Ecoline are more difficult to. I mean, when you give a lot of pressure on it, it just let a lot of ink in the paper, so it's harder to manage. Yeah.
Okay, I have a full package of those Ecoline brush pens, so it means I'm not gonna touch them any soon.
Yeah, they are just amazing. The colors are just incredible. Yeah.
Is there like a specific type of brush pen, like softer or harder, or specific brand that you love or like the most using? And is there one that you don't really like?
Not one I don't like, but my five are I mean, I love the Pentel. Pentel have great brush pens. Every kind. They are just amazing. Like the small one or the bigger one are amazing. Pentel are the I think it's the best brand for brush pens, and but the other ones are just maybe the same, or you have to feel it. I mean, buy one, try it, and then if you like it, buy the whole package.
But do you like using more like soft brush pens or harder?
I'm more into soft, because you can make the pressure go different. And on the soft, I mean, hard you have to press hard, but on the soft you can just draw like it's a brush, paintbrush.
Okay.
So I would prefer with soft ones.
Is it okay if I try like as a totally beginner do some work with soft, like for example something like this like hair? I don't know if you can.
It's this one is with hair, so it's way different than with nylon.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got two type of nibs. The one with nylon, so like Tombos or even Ecoline, I guess. And this one with hair, like you have a Pentel brush. They are way softer, and I think maybe it's my vision of the thing.
Yeah, but we are talking about your vision, man.
Yeah, maybe it's more difficult to handle this at the first time, at the beginning. Yeah, and more easy to use something you got more control of with the nylons.
So how time did it pass before you felt like you were starting to get good, or at least to get satisfied with what you do?
Months, years, maybe 1 year. 1 year after starting practicing with the brush pen. I'm talking only about the brush pens. This is a tool you have to. I mean, to get where I wanted to be, it was just a matter of confidence. So because when you start using the brush pen, you are shaking and stuff. So your strokes are not like straight. So when you are doing this, and as brush pen, you have to have nice and dynamic strokes. And to get that, you have to be confident. So you have to get the confidence by practicing. This is basically you have to practice to get confident and to get good stuff. So good stuff came from practicing.
Okay. Like, I know you do like some work with iPad as well, but we will speak about this a bit later. I see like many of your works on Instagram, they are like, or at least on the picture, there is just a pencil. Does this mean you do works with only a pencil?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I'm using iPad right now, so I do a lot of stuff with the iPad, but sometimes I get on paper again, and I love to sketch. So sketching. So I mean, I've been in love with brush pen for a long time now, and sometimes I like to write with my brush pen like I am painting something, but sometimes I like to draw with my pencil, so I'm doing more drawing letters, not calligraphy, but more lettering.
Yeah, it's lettering. But what do you enjoy more, doing calligraphy with the brush pens or like lettering? Which one is...
It's a difficult question because I think you can do both. I love both because when I do something with my brush pen, I mean it's more like feeling something on the paper. You get right or wrong right now. So you make a stroke. It can be good, can be perfect, can be bad. So you know right now you do something, you can't work it again. But with the lettering, with the pencil, you can write, you can trace your strokes, you can draw, you can erase, and you can do it again and again and again. This is totally different processes, and I love both. But sometimes I like to do with my brush pen. I like to work with brush pens. I just take an old book back and start practicing.
Are there any specific papers that work better with brush pens? Because for calligraphy nibs and pilot parallels, it makes a huge difference. The paper. How is it with the brush pens?
Yeah. I've used different paper and depend on what you want to have. So I love very thick paper in both ways, but sometimes I use smooth paper and sometimes I use more textured one. So it depends also on the brush you want to use, and sometimes you want texture and sometimes you want something smooth. So I mean it depends on the result you want, but I would say that the smoother the paper is, the better you will be with the brush pens, and the more they will last, because the texture will damage a little bit the tip.
That's good to know. Like, yeah, and it also makes sense actually, but it's good.
Yeah,
to hear
especially
it
for
the
nylons. The nylon tip get a little bit damaged with the textured paper. Mm-hmm.
How did you decide to switch to the iPad? Or maybe it's not about the matter of how, but like, what are the pluses and the minuses of using iPad for calligraphy and for lettering? Because I remember when people start using iPad for calligraphy, I was really against it, because I mean I like what they do, and I appreciate everything. I know it makes things faster with many things. There are just downsides for me that, like, for me it's good to use this, but not as a starting point. I mean, if you're into calligraphy, become good with calligraphy and then start using it.
I agree.
Because for me, I don't know.
I agree. Yeah, it's with the streamline you get assisted in your curves and stuff, so it's not totally coming from you. You got help from the machine, and so I guess it's better to explore and to learn from the paper. Now I am using my iPad because I saw and I tried with my friends, and I saw what I could do with it. And as a graphic designer, I'm used to Photoshop and stuff. So with the iPad and Procreate, I saw very quickly the stuff I could do. So when I bought the iPad, I was really into brush pen, and I was like, okay, is it okay if I buy it? Because I know myself, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to just do brush pen stuff, and it's like no interest for me to do the same thing with the iPad. So it's like 1,000 euros to make the same stuff. And at the end, I've never drawn enough. I've just used the pencil tool. I think I am always drawing with the pencil brush. The pencil brush is my favorite on Procreate. Is like I'm sketching every time. The stuff I did, even with the brush pen stuff, start with a sketch with the pencil. So I am drawing every day, and every stuff I create on the iPad, I could create it in real life, and I think it's for me it's the best learning I had with my iPad, because just when I bought it, I thought I would do just digital stuff, but I am more into analog with my iPad. I mean, I create something and I make it look like analog. So it's pretty funny to see how digital can
work
take it
the
to
other
analog.
way.
Yeah.
And what like do you use it just for fun, or like is it like it does it make it easier for you if you have clients and stuff like this? Like why people should do like use the iPad? Like I don't have one and I don't use it, and I know I see people what they do, but if somebody is thinking should I get one, like what would you say? Like
I think it's a really nice tool to open your mind. I mean, I did some stuff with my iPad that I wouldn't had the idea if I hadn't got one, because you can do it. You can do things very easily, and the way you can change the colors and the stuff. I think the iPad made me not buy a lot of stuff and papers. As a brush pen user, when you start something, especially when you want to post it on Instagram and you want the paper look clean on the edges and stuff, you start on the center of your paper and you make the first strokes and it look bad, so you put it on the side, you say okay, let's start again, and you got a pile of paper sheets of not used. It's used, but you can use it again. So with the iPad it's more easy to redo it again, to redo it again and again, so, and without the shredding paper or stuff. So I think it's nice to have it because you can try everything you want, and if you are good with the Procreate and good with the stuff, you can take what you have in mind on the screen and then maybe put it again on paper. So it's easy to try something and not have to have papers and stuff, and you can do what you have in mind. I think that is the main advantage of the iPad. It's easy to just put it on screen.
That's
easier than paper, maybe.
Yeah, but it's interesting hearing this from you, because like I never thought like that somebody would do like a piece on the iPad and then would try do it on paper. Like this idea seems like very interesting to me. Like, do you think any other people are doing this, or I don't know?
Look, I've bought something. I bought some clothes, and I had this box, and I wanted to rewrite the name of the brand on the boxes, but with many styles, different styles. So I start sketching on Procreate. So I took a picture of the box and I start working on it in Procreate. And when I was happy with the result, I start layering on it in real life, real size on the box with the Posca and stuff. So I guess it's a way easier, and you got the iPad, it's just right here like your phone. You take your picture, you go on Procreate and you sketch it. When it's good to go, just reproduce what's on the screen on the box. Fun fact is that I was wrong on the name of the brand. So I won't post it. After it was all done and stuff, it was like 2 L's instead of 1, and I wrote it like 10 times and it was just wrong, so I won't post it.
Yeah, but that's the journey of calligraphy. Like, I think many people have experienced the same thing.
Yeah, we are always missing a letter, and this is crazy. We are so focused about writing something down, we just missed a letter.
Well, me sometimes, not I'm only missing a letter, but I'm so much into, like, I don't know, focus and writing, and all of a sudden I stop and the word there is not such word. It's like some random letters that doesn't make sense, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Lately, I've been sketching on the mornings with a ball pen,
Okay.
and I love to use ball pens. I mean, it's like a pencil but with colors, and I love it.
You know
And I was like,
Alan Vices, the Brazilian
what?
dude, Alan Vices or something like
Alan,
this.
this,
Yeah, he
yeah,
does
maybe.
calligraphy with a ball
Oh
pen.
yeah, yeah. This is crazy. I mean, how does he do? I've tried. This is impossible. Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know what is the trick, but I've tried it. It's impossible.
Well,
And I love to sketch with it.
okay.
So I stopped sketching and I choose a word and I try different styles. And I was like, okay, let's try on something. And I thought, okay, Instagram, let's write Instagram. And I started working Instagram. Bam, the bigger one was Instagram. It was like no A in the middle. Okay, so it's like that every time.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know. Like, I guess it's a part of everybody doing this. Like, I'm sure there doesn't exist a person which is doing calligraphy or lettering and never done this. You know.
Yeah. Or brush pen. I miss the P. It's like brush pen or brush pen.
Okay,
Every time.
with the iPad, like I mean with the Procreate, I'm not so familiar, but what I see from in the internet and from people I know, they're like you can create brushes, your own brushes.
Mhm.
Do you
Yeah.
have made some of your own brushes? And the next question is, if you're using anybody's brushes, which are your favorite?
I'm not really comfortable with creating brushes, but when I see some brushes that I like the way they feel, I just duplicate them and I change the sources or the grain. It's the two stuff you can make. You create when you are making a brush pen. You have 2 points, the source and the grain, and you can change it. So when I find a good brush that I love to use, like the way it react to the pressure and stuff. So when I like it, I just change the grain and the source, and maybe sometimes I have something I like, but I'm not really a brush creator. This is way too technical, and I know that people are making it the right way. So I am lucky to have some guys who can give me some. So I've used a lot Stefan Kuhn's grid. I
Yeah.
mean, this is basic idea, but it's so great and it's so nice to use. It makes things easy for me to compose some stuff. So I like them, and I also like Devon, Devon's brush, Dev brush. They are just great. I mean, we work brush pen or we can write the same way, so I like the way they react, and he made them for himself, and he shared it to the world. So I think it's cool to use them, and I've used a lot of brush, but Calligraphy DK also. Don Cooley is a Korean living in Germany. He visited me in Paris, and it was nice to meet him in person. So, and he gave me the brushes, and it was also a nice set. But those ones are pretty cool, and I love the native ones. I mean, the pencil or the calligraphy brush, they're great.
Do you do calligraphy professional, or is like more like a hobby, or and you do some other job?
I'm currently working as a graphic designer in a company, so it's like my hobby. But I spend a lot of time trying to make it my full-time job. So now I am participating to events, to when I have to personalize, to make it custom, to find some stuff to introduce lettering into some project. So now the more I grow on Instagram, the more easy it's for me to make lettering something that counts for me, and the more the company can chase me for some things or some events, I am trying to be just the more visible I can, so the companies can get me and made me do some stuff for them. But I'm getting there, slowly, but I'm getting there.
So this means you're getting client work for just calligraphy and lettering.
What? I didn't understand.
I mean, you're getting jobs, clients that are asking you to do like calligraphy or lettering pieces.
Yeah.
And
of course.
What are the things you have to do in most of those cases? Is it logos or some other stuff?
Lately, I've done calligraphy for an advertising campaign. So sometimes you got to do just the slogan, the motto of the brand, in a special way. Some logos, of course. Sometimes it's writing on the shoes or wallets happens, and sometimes it's just when there is a party, you have to write the name of the guests on paper card. I am currently working on my brother's wedding, so all the invitations and the menu and stuff. So it could be plenty of stuff.
Awesome. Wait, I forgot my next question. I hate this. Like sometimes I'm pre-writing some questions, but I was like, for today, okay, let's just be freestyle, because it's also like we're meeting for first time, and I was like, let's keep it like we're meeting.
Yeah, getting to know each other.
Yeah, in real life. But I remember. Like,
okay.
Why is it you're doing only pictures on Instagram? I'm not sure, but I don't think I've seen like any videos from you.
Yeah, because my setup for videos is just I'm just too messy. I'm trying to make some videos. I've done videos from Procreate, like time lapses, from the pieces I've done. But I mean, my workspace is a nightmare, and I am used to and even my processes are nightmares, because I start something and then I go back to something else, and I'm just not focused. So sometimes it's just too messy to keep one camera on top and start something. I'm not working that way, so I've to work that way to make some videos to show the people, because it misses video. Yeah, my Instagram misses video.
No, that is misses. I was just wondering why, because
I think
because in my mind it's like, okay, nowadays everybody has at least a smartphone, and most of them have like at least HD super quality, and I see like you're not the only one who is only pictured, but I just want to know like why, like because in my mind a video works much better, because it gives you much more reach and gets the attention of people.
Yeah, maybe. My Instagram is getting tired right now, so I guess making videos would give him more energy, or dynamism. So I'm trying to make some videos, but I mean, making good pictures is easy for me, because as a graphic designer I can just retouch it and I am used to it. But videos, I'm not really comfortable with it, and it's easy to make shitty videos, and I want to do great videos, and I am struggling with it, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you have to start from somewhere, But
yeah, of course.
Can you explain your process on like uploading a picture? Like what do you do before you upload it? Is it like you take a picture from special angles, and what programs do you use to edit it?
Yeah.
And what's the process?
With Procreate, I've done a lot of mockups. So I've taken picture myself. I've just put in blank paper with some pens, and when I I just fill it. Okay, I leave a blank space in the middle, and I take my picture, and then I import it into my iPad, and then to Procreate, so I can put my design on it in the middle. But when I have to make a picture of a drawing, like or a real one, like I did for Montegrappa, if you saw,
Yes.
it's just I tried to keep to use daylight because it's totally different. So I use daylight, and I tried to make it look great in the middle with the pens I want to make appears, and this is it. It's just taking the right picture, and then when the picture I did for Montegrappa, it was really simple. It just with my iPhone, click, and then import into Instagram, and then I had some grain, some lights, a little bit contrast, depending on the picture, but it's basic retouching. It's not really big deal. But daylight is the most, I think, for me, daylight is the key to make a great picture.
I think it's the key also for video and stuff like this, because I mean daylight it's such a factor.
Yeah.
But
so difficult to recreate. I mean, if you have some light, you have on top, you get some shadows on it. It's not working, and it's difficult to recreate the light, the color of the light, because most of the time you have yellow light. It's not so good.
actually right now I use a lamp that was sent to me by BenQ. It's like a BenQ WIP or something like this. And this is a great lamp. I never thought like such lamp can exist. It has like different settings. It have like warm light. It has also like cold light, and you can adjust. It's really good, and it helps a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It makes difference. Like I mean, I'm sure you can still get like 100% like a daylight, but you can get really close, and it's a very good lamp. I mean, it's also it's almost like 200 euro. It's like 200 euro, but it's worth it. Like it's a great lamp. I'm amazed.
Yeah, I have to buy some stuff to get better at videos and stuff.
Yeah,
to invest.
It's always those things. So many things. Like it's crazy. But anyways, like, do you have any tricks or secrets that you use on Instagram? Like, I don't know, anything that helps you grow?
I don't really know. To explain just my journey on Instagram, I started in January 2016, I guess. I started to post, and it was like every day, 1 post per day. And in the summer, like August 2016, I just find some style I loved and that worked. So I tried to work in a series of that stuff, and I made like 10 pieces of it, and then I tried something new. So because it was working, I could have pursued in that way, but I wanted to try something new, and I keep pushing my creativity in Instagram. I mean, Instagram is not giving anything for me. I mean, in terms of money or stuff, it just, I mean, fake fame, but it's not real. And so, I mean, I don't care about if it's working or not, but it's just trying to express what I want, making some stuff I love, and sometimes it people like it. It happened for people to like it, but sometimes it doesn't, and you have to keep struggling and to keep exploring and do something else. And when I find something that I love, I just keep doing it. So now I'm working a lot with my iPad, and my last job were way black and white. So now I am starting to feel like colors again, and maybe in the next few weeks, days, I will work on colors. But I don't mind if people will, run away from my Instagram because of me going colors again. It's just, I want to do this, okay, let's do this. And when I start getting a bit of success on Instagram, I totally changed the series when which was working, and I changed it to go on black and white, and I start to explore like calligraphy and pentel and stuff, and I was like, okay, let's do this. And okay, it was not working as much as the other series, and I get back to the other after my exploration and it gets ended. So sometimes it's just, okay, do what you love. There is some stuff, it's easy to make, and I could have done brands and stuff, and I would get crazy on Instagram because I know that stuff works. But I just keep doing what I love, and maybe people will continue to follow, or maybe they run away. But this is my stuff. I guess for Instagram, just keep doing what you love, keep posting what you want to post, and if you like it, there is people on earth that would like it also, and I guess they will find you.
Are you usually satisfied with your work? Because most of the people which I met in person are people from Calligraphy Masters team, and I know pretty much everyone, no matter how good they are and how good stuff they do, they're always like, this is like nothing special, this is shit. They're not satisfied.
You always find flaws. I mean, no, there is no perfect work. So when you do this, you know where are the flaws. So you post it and you say, okay, I see it. This is not perfect here and here and here. I try to be satisfied. Sometimes when I post some stuff that I've been struggling to do, I expect people to be more to like more my stuff. I spend a lot of time in this one because this is out of my comfort zone, and I say, okay, nobody's liking it. So, and the next day I just use a brush on Procreate and just write a piece that takes me 5 minutes maybe, and the post is way more successful. So I keep asking myself, okay, what's the point right now? So I'm most of the time I'm okay with what I do. When I post it is okay. I'm a bit satisfied, but sometimes it happens that I post something and I'm feeling like with doubts and stuff, and people happen to like it. So I don't have solutions, or I don't know the answer. This is completely mystery for me.
Well, I can relate 100% to this, because some of the videos and projects that I've worked, I've put hours in it, and I'm so excited. And I'm man, I know now, I'm gonna post this and it's gonna go crazy, and I do it and it's nothing. It's annoying. It's annoying.
Yeah.
But yesterday I read a quote, and actually I posted on my Facebook. I really like it. It says, "Something obvious to you, it's amazing to others."
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's so true and right that I really liked what it stands for.
Yeah, it makes sense, because when you see with brush pens, or even Gothic with a parallel pen, when you have been struggling a lot of hours making your own style and stuff, today when I ask you to write a word, it just 1 minute, and you write it great, and you can put just some pens besides it, take a picture, post it on Instagram. It would be 5 minutes. But if I do that, I can have a successful post. But maybe I would prefer to do a lettering that I would spend 2 hours or 3 on it, and it would be less visible or less liked. So brush pen, calligraphy, even when you draw something, just like direct, it's like 10 seconds. So even you don't get the value of the time you are spending on it. So when you post it, you expect people to see the struggle you had, but they don't. They just see the result. So it's tricky.
Do you get this question, or like is it only some of us like, can you write my name?
Oh yeah, all the time. Can you write my name? And when I was when my account was little, like in Instagram, I was 1,000, 2,000 followers. I was like, okay, maybe it's normal from people.
Yeah.
But and my account grow, growing again and again, and now I am 60,000 people following me, and I was like, I'm like, okay, I'm getting somewhere, and people keep asking me, write my name, please. I'm just okay. It's like, come on, it's like you can call Rihanna and ask she to sing you happy birthday if you want. Hey, it would be like 5 seconds for her, and it won't cost anything. I call Neymar and ask him for juggling stuff. It's like, okay, it doesn't make sense, but it's like that.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear, like, I know what you think. I mean, it's annoying. It's super annoying, but I really like the compare you did. Like, that's a really good one.
Yeah, she knows how to sing, so you know how to write. This is the same stuff. It doesn't cost you.
Yeah, and I'm really wondering why people don't stop. Like, last year, James Lewis did, like, Our Time Has Value. So many people went into it and did it, and I'm like, come on, people are like, they don't stop. They're every day. I remember I repost something for like Our Time Has Value, and on the post itself, someone is like, can you write my name? I'm like, dudes, what's this? What is this?
Yeah, can relate. I can relate.
I don't know.
This is totally
I don't know with other people, but for me, I get really annoyed, man. Like, especially with Calligraphy Masters account, it's huge, and people are many people are asking all the time, and I'm like, I hate it, man. I'm like, I don't know what.
And you're at 400,000.
It's like 400.
And people are ask again and again and again, like, what did they what does they expect?
I don't know, and I'm wondering, like, what can I do to explain to people, to teach them, and I'm struggling because I've been explaining not once or twice, writing in the story, and it's like people keep doing it, man.
Yeah, and it will not end, I guess.
Well, I hope one day, I hope that one day it will end. And actually, I have, like, because they ask all the time. Now I'm starting maybe today or tomorrow. I've asked like 9 people, some people from the team and some not from the team. I asked them to make a picture or a video saying, what's your name? Because, you know, all of them want their names written. So under the post, they will be able to write their names, and like each artist that did the post will choose 5 of them to write their names. So I guess they should be satisfied, you know?
yeah, maybe, but yeah, it's nice. It's nice of you.
Well, I do it like first to try to shut them down a bit, like to stop asking me, and second, I think it's gonna be a very good marketing because there are so many of them who wants this, so they should be interacting a lot, and I hope that it works. So
yeah, I guess it would. It will too.
Yeah, hopefully. But let's not hope, because as I told you, when you speak before, you're always excited about something and it goes nothing. But we'll see. Okay, where do you get your inspiration? Like, what inspires you to write, and like, what are the things that inspires you and motivate you to write, and how does it work?
Yeah, this is fun because since I have big account, bigger. It's more or less good account on Instagram. I've been asked that question, and so I ask myself too, how does it work? The inspiration, where can you find it? And I guess my answer is that you live your everyday life with the people you want to interact with. You talk with people, you see movies, you see TV shows, I don't know, you read books. I spend a lot of time talking to people, and they talk to me too, and sometimes it mixes ideas and stuff. And I watch movies, I work during the day. I don't have a life particularly, I don't know, like it. I'm not doing extraordinary things. It's just normal basics, and I guess sometimes it's just the brain is working. I mean, you feed your brain with your daily life, and your brain works on the outside. You don't act like with your brain, and you just have ideas that happens because your brain just have been fed with all the stuff you gave in, and it mixes all out. And when you have an idea, just write it down. Maybe you save it for later, but it works on its own. And I think I won't say I'm not responsible for my ideas, but sometimes it feel like that. It feel like I did something, and sometimes it happens that I do something and it was like just so obvious when I did it, and it doesn't feel that I did it. Even to me, I just done something that's totally different than what I'm used to do, but it feels okay, and it was just normal, and it came out like this. And it happens to me sometimes to create some stuff just in 5-10 minutes, 1 hour, and I'm like, okay, let's do this, and then before this step and this step and this step, and it ends like something great, but totally different than what I'm used to do. So I think inspirations come from your daily life, but you have to feed your brain and write the ideas when you get it, because they're just here, and sometimes they go outside and you can catch them. So when you have an idea of something, just write it. I have books, I have notebooks in which I write quotes. Can be quotes. Sometimes it starts from the quotes. Sometimes it starts from an effect that I want to do. Maybe a broken rock or glass. I see this and I say, okay, let's find something to write with the effect, something that would match. It can start from different sides, but it's all those are in my brain, and I guess the brain stuff, it's particular and it works on its own. And sometimes you have to check, okay, I have an idea, let's go. So write it, but I'm not sure I handle all the reflections in my stuff. So sometimes it just happen. No, it's not random, but it's a mix.
I see.
Of your life.
Let's talk a bit about the Montegrappa project with the Game of Thrones fountain pen, because when I saw it, I was like, damn, that's a good thing. Like, how did it happen? Cool. How did it happen? Did they contact you, or you contact them and wanted the pen, or?
Yeah, it was last year. It was 2017.
Okay.
They contacted me for a project. They wanted me to work on a Merry Christmas, on a Christmas project.
Yeah.
They didn't ask me for any quotes or phrases or word that I would write. So they just contacted me and asked me to choose one fountain pen in their catalog, so I went on their website, and I chose one. It was fountain pen made of wood. It was really nice, so cool, and they just sent it to me, and I didn't knew Montegrappa at the time, so it was fun when I received the box. I was like, wow, it's crazy because it's very nice. The box is crazy. It's like you are buying a watch or a piece of jewelry. So it's really nice. So this was the starting point, and I wrote Merry Christmas, and I was like, it was mixed with watercolor stuff, and so I posted it again on the 2018, and at the Christmas time, and so they just contact me again on my email. So the girl's really nice to me, and the woman said like, okay, if you want to collab again, let's do this. We have a Game of Thrones pen. We are releasing it in a few weeks. What do you say if we want you to write something with it? And I say, okay, let's go. So they send me the pen, the fountain pen, which is great, with all the houses of the TV show, which is great, and some inks and stuff. So it was nice, yeah. And now I have a really nice Game of Thrones pen, so it's cool.
Do you like Game of Thrones usually? You watch it?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the final, like everyone.
I'm waiting for it as well, man. It's crazy. Do you like listening to music when you work, or you prefer like not listening to music?
Yeah, all the time. Music every time. Yeah, I don't like being in silence. I like music, but chill out music. I'm listening a lot. Rap, French rap or US rap, but also like chill out, like electro or even folk or acoustic, some stuff that made me just focused, keeping focused.
Can you tell me some of your favorite French rappers? Like, I love rap, so I want to know some names.
You know French rappers?
Well, I don't know, so like I've listened to French rap and also to Frak One and some other French people. When we meet, they give me some names and I listen and I like it, but then it passes sometimes and I forget the name, so I don't listen. But whenever somebody plays me something or gives me a name or something, I check it, and there's a lot of French rap that I like.
I mean, rap is the most popular music in France right now, and French rap is at the top. When some artist releases an album, it's on top on Spotify. All the music are on the top 50. So I like several kinds of rap. I mean, there is a new wave of cool artists like the French one are L'Homme Pâle, Romeo Elvis. He's a Belgium, from Belgium.
Okay.
But all those guys, Nekfeu, which is a French rapper from Paris, Booba, which is a classic one, is like here from...
Booga, I know this one.
Booba is here
I've
been here for 20 years, maybe, since I was born. He's a rapper, and he's like keep releasing album again and again.
I just remember where I know him from.
Hit.
I remember where I know him from. Like last time we were in Milano to release the book, The Design of Words.
Yeah.
I was in the room, in my room with Mr. Kams, and he was doing some brush pen work for me, and he wanted to listen some rap, and he was like, play some Booba, you know Booba?
Play.
But I was listening to Booba in Milano. So
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Kams.
Shout out, man. Yeah, Booba is playing everywhere now, so even in Italy.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but rap music is a huge thing here right now.
What names do you like from the American ones?
Wow, plenty. But I have to say I like old ones. I have to say I'm much into
Old school.
older rap, like if you Tupac and Biggie, of course, but also Eminem. I guess Eminem, all the Eminem, like Marshall Mathers, Eminem. This album have been just one of my favorites. But also all Kanye, like College Dropout, all those old stuff that Kanye bought were like the greatest. J. Cole, so I love J. Cole, which is a great. Kendrick, of course. All those guys are great.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Again, my questions are well, like
they are flying away.
no, because like I write some questions while you're talking, but then I start listening to you, and I'm listening, and I have something in mind, and I'm like, okay, just like wait for it, and I listen listen to you.
And I speak too much, so cut me and ask me a question right now when you got it in your head.
No, I don't want to cut you, man. Like, I want to listen, I want to learn about you, but... Okay, do you have any goals for the year, like, which are about calligraphy and lettering, and any dreams that you want to achieve, like anything you want to become, like, what's worth for you?
Yeah, right now I am starting a partnership with a good brand of supplies, so I hope they are going to be like proactive, and they are going to propose me some cool project. I would love to make like a partnership, but really intense with a lot of stuff. So I've been working with some brands, and it has been just not so. It's been great, but they gave me one project and one here, one there, and it was like over. So now I am hoping to have a more regular partnership, and I hope to continue workshops, and hopefully I could take my workshops elsewhere than France.
You're doing workshops?
Yeah, in France.
What kind of workshops? What kind of workshops? Actually, like a few weeks ago, I saw you were having like a collaboration workshop.
Yeah, we are doing workshop with Tawan, which is my friend's buddy, and we are doing it together. So this is nice, and it's just about lettering. But I've done one before only on brush pens lettering. So I guess I would do that again soon. And my dream, my main dream would be to do a world tour with my workshops and take it to. I know calligraphy is big, it's huge in Indonesia or in Japan or South America, like Brazil, Mexico. That would be like the top. But I will need a brand that would follow me in my project and helps me financially to make it happen. But I guess I think, and I know it would be a success, because people are asking for that, and they would be like crazy to see something happen in their country, and sometimes it's difficult for people to organize all the stuff. So I'm looking for a company to organize it for me. That would be the dream. It's my main goal to organize workshops. Workshops are the best. You meet people, you share with people, they have so much to give you, so you give something and they give you more. I mean, it's sharing around lettering, calligraphy. It's totally cool, because everyone has the same passion.
It's funny because like I know quite a lot of people who are doing workshops, and pretty much everyone that I ask, it says the same. Like, it's the feeling, it's amazing, and and there's some people who have asked me to do workshops, but I'm like, I don't feel strong in anything particular. Okay, I have some proper Gothic and fracture, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, maybe I want to do like some workshops for beginners, but I don't know. I'm really overthinking it, I guess.
It's just teaching people, telling them what you do, and it makes you realize and think about the way you work, and this is really interesting because you understand the way you think and how you are, how is your personality. I mean, the workshops.
I have a very shitty personality, man. Like seriously, I'm fucked up, you know. I'm fucked up, dude. So maybe it's not good to teach people.
No, it's always good. I mean, I'm working when I do my workshops with Taiwan. I just understood that he and me were working totally differently. So it's really nice to teach people that lettering or calligraphy is something that you can do with freedom, and he does it his way, I'm doing it my way, and we all do quality stuff. So we teach different ways to work, and it's really nice, to understand what you have in mind and the way you think, the way you work. I just found that I am really lazy in comparison than with Taiwan, because he do like his grid and he's like meticulous and he's doing tack all the sketches and stuff, and I'm more like, okay, let's grab a brush pen and write something. It's more instinct. I'm really lazy, and I just understood that by doing those. This is really nice. Yeah, the workshops are the best thing I've ever done with lettering.
But how does this work? Like collaboration workshop? Like when I saw it on Instagram, I was like, that's cool. But at the same time, I'm wondering, like, how does it happen? Like two people which are different artists are teaching at the same time. Is it not confusing or hard?
Sometimes I talk, he talks. We have like a presentation with a PDF and going like on the wall. We just describe the stuff we see, and it's just the rules are the same for he and for me. The lettering rules, it's like just basics. So this is the same for everyone, and sometimes with the same exercise, you get the totally different result with all those the men that participating on the workshop. And this is crazy what you can have as a result with the same exercise, because they are all creatives and they do stuff, they just make them theirs. So they are making their own stuff, and you can really see the difference between the beginning and the end of the day. They just it's a really fun exercise because they get so much better at the end of the day. It's so cool, yeah. But we are different, but we can teach the same thing.
I see.
Yeah.
You know calligraphy, Francesco Guerrera?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to do workshops outside from France, he's based in Milano, Italy. You can drop him a DM and say, dude, I want to do workshop in your studio. If you're shy or something, I can do it for you. And
okay.
And the other place that I can recommend you, it's Tios One in Scriptorium Berlin.
Yeah, it would be totally new for me because doing it in English would be more difficult, I mean, maybe. And I don't speak a word of Italian, so
well, it doesn't matter,
English
man.
would be better.
But come on, like your English is okay. I'm sure like you can teach, and
yeah, I guess so.
Like you should try it, man.
Maybe.
Like if you're shy or something, tell me. I can ask them for you, but usually it's no problem.
I'll think about that. Yeah.
And his studio,
Totally.
Aqua Sumarte, it's a great space and it's super awesome.
Yeah.
And I've been there, like people teaching, doing workshops.
I saw it. He has done lives, and in which he just was walking around the studio. The place is insane. This is so cool. Yeah.
It really is.
Oh, maybe.
Can you share some names of like artists that you admire work a lot and that are inspiring you with their work? Like few names
Yeah.
that you most like?
I've been mostly at the beginning, but also right now. I've loved David Milan stuff. He's like great, and I've been following him like forever. And even when I wasn't in Instagram, I was saving stuff in Pinterest
Okay.
and also calligraphy. And when I discovered David Milan in Instagram, I went to my Pinterest board. Okay, it was just like David Milan everywhere. It was the same guy everywhere, and I was like, okay, I found the man. So I guess David Milan is huge inspiration for me. And also, I've been asked that question on my Q&A lately. But right now, Tirsa, which is a French designer, is killing it for years now. So he's on top. But I'm way now into Mark Caneso and Adiog, which are or Ade, I guess it's spelled Ade, it's pronounced Ade. So they're American, but they're more into lettering. So they're drawing stuff, but I think they are just great. And after that, there are plenty of men, which are men and women, which are just so skilled and so talented in Instagram. It's crazy. But I have to say some Frenches, just for a shout out.
Sure, go on.
Tawan, which is my mate. Hello Nanny, which is a friend of mine from South France. Francis, which is it spells like Fran and a 6.
Okay.
So FRAN and 6. Jeremy Bone. There are plenty of Tom DE2S. I mean, he's like a crazy talented man. So there are plenty of Frenches too doing lettering, and I hope we are making it bigger here because it's not really a thing. So now we are
growing,
coming with with lettering.
Shit, no. Again.
No, again.
It was just on my. I was just waiting you to finish and. Come on. What was it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got
Crazy,
it.
man. I haven't woke up yet. Like, I woke up like 1 hour before I called you.
Come on.
Yeah, because I usually I don't sleep in the nighttime. I go to sleep in the morning, and my
Oh, you are not guy.
No, not really. It's just my regime is fucked up. I've been a bartender for 11 years and
Oh yeah.
I don't like it,
Yeah.
but
You're like Batman.
yeah,
You're more like
something like
more
this.
like awake at night.
Well, unfortunately, right now it's like this.
Yeah.
Well, what do you like doing in your free time other than calligraphy? Like, do you have any other hobbies or stuff that you enjoy to do?
Yeah. I've loved video games for a while, but now lettering just replaced the video games. I don't play much video games as much as I wanted. Like I played the Assassin's Creed and stuff. I Red Dead Redemption and stuff, FIFA, a lot. But I'm into football a lot. Like I watch every PSG's game, like this week is Champions League. I guess on Wednesday I would be in front of my screen watching PSG. So football, friends and family, booze, alcohol, party and stuff.
Okay.
That's the stuff. Yeah.
Is PSG your favorite team or?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Since I was a child, I was born near Paris. Paris is my just nearest club. So it's been just obvious for me, and we have some difficult years, but now we have the money, so we have the players, and what the stuff. So now we're just waiting for some trophies, and it's hard, but I love to watch them.
Awesome, that's interesting. Like, I mean, I'm not really a sport person. Like, I never watched so much football. Like when I was younger, I was watching only Real Madrid for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm not really a sport person. Like maybe the only sport that I enjoy is swimming, but I don't know. So.
Yeah, you can't see swimming on the TV. And maybe you like to swim, but you don't like to see some.
Yeah.
Swim.
That's the thing. I don't watch anything like, but as a sports and things, I don't know. I love swimming actually. I think it's super awesome.
Okay, you got another one? Yeah.
You can ask me something while I'm thinking what was the question. If you want.
Oh, keep thinking. It will come. It will come. Give it time.
Okay, like, what's been the biggest struggles you had, like, in your journey of learning calligraphy and lettering? What was the hardest things that you've experienced, and how did you solve them?
I think I've always find difficulties in like the supplies I got. I mean, it's always something about like you don't have the right pen or the right paper or the right tools to work, and I have to say maybe I will be ending a mystery, but I'm working most of the time in my living room, on my couch, or on the floor on my little table. So I have no workshop with big canvas and stuff. I have one in my parents' house, which is a room, but I'm quite never there to work. So basically my work, I do my work in my living room on the floor. So I think the main struggle is here. So work with no tools or no space or nothing. Work, but you have to keep in mind that the work is not from the tools you use. So the main tool is your brain, and my main struggle was that I was keeping asking for or buying pens or buying papers or markers and stuff, and that was not the solution. The solution was just to keep working.
Well, I have a struggle with this because I don't have a problem with supplies. Like plenty of companies are sending me stuff.
Yeah.
And
now me too. I have all of them. I've had some.
Before of this, I was also buying, but I have a problem with the space, and like I'm also doing on my couch on the small fucking table. Very often I do it in my bed, and this is something I've been struggling since the very beginning, because I think having a studio and space where it's like your creative space, it's really important, and it makes a huge difference, man. Like
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because you can focus, and you are like, I am driving my girlfriend crazy with this, and the iPad helped me so much with all my stuff around, and the iPad has now everything is in the small machine, so now it's cool. But I've been really messy with all my papers everywhere, and my inks just not dried, when you take a paper and you are just your hand full of ink, so it happens every time. Now when you have a special space for you, it's a much easier, and you can work, in a better space. So I guess it's better, but this is my struggle to have some space to work in, and now it's not over yet, but with the iPad I improved a lot.
Have you seen Tarwan's space? Like he got it not so long ago.
Yeah, he now he has a space, a great space.
It's fucking nice, man.
Yeah. He's in a co-working space, which is really nice. And the last workshop we did in like 2 weeks ago was in that space, and it is really nice. And he can share with people that are not from lettering universe, and this is quite good too. I guess it's important to speak to talk with people that are not from lettering or calligraphy, maybe from painting or illustrators or every kind of creatives. This is cool.
You mentioned like where now when you were explaining about the messiness and stuff, you mentioned inks, and I'm wondering like how and in what way do you use inks when like most of your works is done with brush pens?
I've done mostly at the beginning, like several months ago, I was working with Ecolin brush pens, and I've used a lot of their inks too, because I was dipping the pen in the jar, and work also with watercolor on it, so it was like water and inks everywhere. But now I'm just not doing it right now, but maybe in the future I will go back to my first loves.
I see. And how does your girlfriend react to like to you doing like calligraphy and lettering and being this going okay on Instagram? How does
she likes to see me working on calligraphy. She's really supporting me, and she gives me her advices on what she likes, on what she doesn't.
Okay.
And when she doesn't hesitate to say to me like, okay, it's not good. And she's my number one fan and test. So when I make something, she's my filter again. She decide, and but she's a very jealous girl, and she asked me every time I'm not on your Instagram. I know that you are successful, but I'm not in it, and I'm not in your stories, and you are hiding me or stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm hiding myself too. I'm never on my pictures, on my stories and stuff, so I don't like to take pictures of me and to mix personal stuff and lettering stuff. So I'm not doing it for me, and I won't do it for her. But she's jealous of that. She keeps asking me to, okay, just put a photo of me on your Instagram, so every girl will see that you have a girlfriend and stuff.
Yeah, I know this feeling, man. But at least I do pictures in the stories, like. But I think they're all like this, cause like, oh, you're not posting a picture in the newsfeed. Like I'm like. And my newsfeed is only like some work and like at least picture of me and some calligraphers, and
I don't even have a personal Instagram. I would have to create one because I like something else than lettering, but I can't follow them and stuff, so I don't even have a personal account.
Yeah, sometimes like my
happens.
Like it's funny thing because my English I don't know, I think my English is okay, but I know it's not perfect, and I'm really
me too.
But I like that you agree for this, because I contact quite a lot of people for the podcast, and some people they're like, oh, I don't want, my English is not good. And I'm like,
nobody's English is good.
No, and it's annoying because people listening to the podcast, they don't come to listen to check, this is wrong, you said this wrong. People are listening to the stories and to some advices and stuff like this. And so if any one of you who have declined my offer and is listening right now, please don't be this way. Like, see,
don't
there are
be shy.
You see, there are people on this podcast, and he's not the first one that we don't have the perfect English.
Yeah.
Like, we're not English people, first in general. But we're just talking and share stuff, and it helps quite a lot of people. So, fuck this.
Everyone's understand.
Yes. Yes. So fuck this. My English is not good. Like, if you're listening, and I have asked you, please consider like changing your mind. And if you're
Yeah.
listening now, and I ask you in the future, please don't say my English is blah blah blah, because my English is
Yeah.
also blah blah blah.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, but anyways, I just wanted to put this here because it's
Yeah, you're
something
right.
that
You're right.
it's
you're
annoying
right.
because
Don't be
there
asha- yeah,
it's
they're ashamed.
some really great artists and people that I know a lot of people are interested in listening to them, and they're like, so it's I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I understand that.
So I was really happy when you
Yeah.
accepted, because I know like French people, of course, you speak English,
Yeah.
but I know many of you
We-
don't want to speak it.
We are bad. We are so bad in English. I mean,
No, I don't think you're bad.
Yeah, we are. Oh
No.
yeah, we are.
Like,
I assure you.
I know
There are
Zepha.
plenty of people.
Zepha and Frak One are my good friends from like they are in the team, and okay,
Yeah.
their English is not perfect, but mine is neither. But I love the way they speak, and we always understand each other, you know. So
Yeah, I guess we're bad. Like in school, we are not good in English. Yeah, like, we in France the culture is very focused on French and stuff. So we are ashamed to speak another language, but I guess we don't have to be ashamed on something. So just
it, man.
speak it.
Yeah, it's just a
I
language.
speak every day on Instagram with people that are not English or Americans. So most of the time their English are less good as mine. So I say, okay, fuck it, let's speak.
That's it, man. Like, don't be fucking shy.
Yeah,
Well,
and
mate,
share your advices.
I think this was a good podcast. I really enjoyed meeting you, listening
me too.
to your stories.
It was
and, if you want to share something, if you want to promote anything, if you want to give some advice or tips to the people, if you want just to be useful in any way or whatever it is, just go on, you know.
This is my free space, okay?
Yeah.
No, I don't have anything special to say. Just keep listening to podcasts, keep practicing. If you are doing calligraphy, keep practicing again and again. And it's art, so just be free and feel free when you are in front of your paper. Just do what you want.
Awesome, man. That's I think this is a great ending. Once
Oh, yeah, thank
again, thanks a lot for being in the episode. Thanks for your time. And I
Thank
hope
you.
that in the future you'll be again guest in the podcast when you have something more to share or you're willing or anything like this.
Yeah, with pleasure.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Calligraphers Podcast. I know I said last week that from this week on it will be called Calligraphy Masters Show, and it actually already is called this way, as you can see from the titles of each episode. But since many of the episodes, including this one, were recorded some time ago, I will have to still mention this old name here and there. I hope you enjoy listening to today's episode and really hope it was helpful or useful in any way to you. Please don't forget to follow or subscribe to the podcast, depending on the platform that you're listening on, and give some rating if available on the platform. Also, please follow Calligraphy Masters on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Last but not least, I'm very excited to announce that very soon our first series of merch will be launched. You might have seen it already if you follow us on Instagram. It's super awesome t-shirts with the design of Tios One saying the best never rest. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening, and as always, keep writing.